All right, hey everyone, Mystic Magic here, and um, this is the first video that I'm doing. So sorry if my voice is kind of quiet. It's because I'm trying to speak through a bunch of foam and fur. Okay, all right. So let's see. Well, making this video because, and I have to admit, this is a video I don't really want to make. You can see from the thumbnail, it is what it is. Basically, for those of you who have followed me for a while, or who have all right, or who didn't know, right? I kind of started doing a lot of internet stuff through a Tumblr ask blog called ask-magala, right, where I role played a Magala, right? And I had, I want to say it was like some of the coolest times I had on the internet was through this ask blog, and it it introduced me to so many cool things. And as hard as it is for me to say it, the blog is basically dead, right? I haven't really been using it in a very, 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 very long time. I haven't really updated anything, haven't really been posting all that stuff. And there's a lot of reasons for that. The main reason, and I'm going to say this, it's not because of Monster Hunter, it's not because about the community. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It's because of Tumblr, right? Tumblr went through a lot of changes, and I know it got bought by WordPress and all that, and it's better now. But I just don't like some of the changes that happen. I'm trying to make sure my camera's straight. Yeah, I don't like some of the changes. Oops. There you go. Yeah, so like I was saying, I just don't like some of the changes that Tumblr has been going through, and it's just a lot harder for me to use than I used to in the past. I know it's like, oh, then just get used to it. Use Xkit, whatever, right? But it's not as user friendly as I would want, and it's no longer fulfilling I guess, the social aspect, the need that I now use. Okay. Nowadays, I'm a lot more active on Discord, and the reason why is because I found like a group of people that I really like to be with, and now I can do a lot of the socializing and all of that stuff through Discord, right? I also have a Tumblr that I do check every single day. I don't check Tumblr as much as I used to, but I do check Twitter pretty often. I do check Instagram once in a while. But I'm way more active on Discord. So if you happen to know me on Discord, you know I'm way more active on there than I am on Tumblr, right? So it's hard for me to make this video just because to me, that blog means a lot to me, right? It really does. It was kind of the start of all of this. It's the start of why I became a furry, right? Like I wouldn't be up to you right now, speaking to you like this with this fursuit head, if it wasn't for that blog, right? I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Like you can see it even in the colors of my persona, right? It's the colors of the Gormagala, right? And it was kind of unintentional, but I used to hate the color purple. I admit it. Purple was not my favorite color, but over time it just kind of grew on me, and now it's like I actually really like the color, right? You can tell by the walls and whatever, right? But it's really hard for me to say goodbye to this blog. Like this blog it really helped me a lot as a person. Right? And I kind of want to do this video just kind of as a tribute to what this blog really means to me. And why it's kind of like a sad thing for me to kind of say that it's dead. But I feel like it's also kind of just a closing off of a point in my life to move on to another part, right? To move on to other new horizons, right? Because that blog did a lot for me, but I feel like at this point it's not something that I'm focusing on anymore. I'm not particularly upset about it. I'm a little bit sad just because of the legacy that this blog really has been for me as a person. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm a little crooked. My camera's not the best here. There we go. I think it's a little bit straighter. Okay. But before I close off the blog, first of all, a couple things. The blog's not going to be closed. I'm going to leave it up there. This video is also going to be up there. It's just going to be up, so you can do whatever. You can reblog whatever is on there. You can use whatever is on there. It's up to you. All the role plays, that's all my stuff. Like, don't like take any of those out of context or anything. Those are all just role plays. But as far as like inspiration, just stuff that I posted that you're interested in. Oh, and most importantly, the list of the ask blogs. The ask blog list, that one is free for everyone to use. I don't care what you guys, you can use it for however you want. If somebody wants to continue it, go for it. Like, I give you my blessing. You go ahead and add me. you know, I kind of don't want that project to die, but I just haven't had time to really focus on it. But if anybody wants to take over it, go ahead. I give you my blessing. Like, go for it. Just go ahead, like, let me know, like, either on, like, you can message it on Tumblr, just saying like, hey, I want to continue it. Awesome, right? I'll probably read that message eventually. But if you send it to me on Twitter, I'll get it right away, and I'll be like, yes, go ahead and do it. Props to you, right, for continuing the work that I did. But anyways, before I close off that Tumblr, I just kind of want to do like a summary, just to kind of reminisce. It's kind of an informal video. But to me, I feel like this would just be the most cathartic way to end that blog. Is to just kind of tell everybody like why I started it and what it's really done for me. Okay, so I started the blog. I'm not very good at dates, so I'm just going to ignore the years. I started the blog, I want to say, a couple years into college. Okay, now you're probably thinking like, wow, you waited all the way into college to get a Tumblr? Yes, I waited all the way into college to get a Tumblr. Okay. Like, I prefer socializing in real life than with online. So I never really thought, oh, I need to go get an account. What kind of made me get the Tumblr account was partly because Facebook was dying and I lost a lot of my high school friends because they moved. This is it. We just moved, right? And anybody who finished high school, they'll tell you made a bunch of friends in high school, but chances are you probably kept like 3 or 4 of them. Like, seriously, right? Those are like your true friends, and then you have maybe a couple of friends. I know some people have tons of friends, but that's not me. Like, I'm more of an introvert, so I only have a few close friends. Facebook to me was dead, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. And my closest friend introduced me to Monster Hunter. So it was when 4U came out, and she said, hey, we should get this game. And I was like, okay, cool, let's buy this game. And well, we were like, okay, we like Monster Hunter. Why don't we look for people who create content with Monster Hunter? Like, oh, this artist is cool. What do they have? Oh, they happen to have a Tumblr. So she met the Tumblr first, and then she convinced me to get it. And I was like, okay, sure, why not? And I was looking up Monster Hunter stuff, and I found like a bunch of accounts. I followed like all the major people, Gaijin Hunter. Let's see. I'm trying to remember Band Dino. So Laggy. Who else? Because I was looking for art. Damn Wyvern Gems, right? Was one of the ones that I followed. And then I found more artists, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow everybody. And then I realized there was a subsection of blogs called ask blogs, right? And I thought, that's so cool. Like, creating a persona, a character, an OC, and then answering questions based on what that monster was like. Like, oh, let's say I am a Devil Joe, right? I would answer questions as though I'm a Devil Joe. And I thought that was so cool. Oops, I'm sorry about that. Let me fix that. Oops. My goodness. Editing that up. Yeah. So basically, I found the subsection of ask blogs, and I thought, well, that's so cool. Creating an OC based on a monster and then answering questions as though you were that monster. So, for example, I'm like, let's say, like, it's a Devil Joe ask blog, then you can answer questions if based on you being a Devil Joe, which I thought was so cool. And let's see, and then at some point, I found a comic, right? I want to say the user was named Enralis. They no longer do this comic, by the way. I think they also only do Final Fantasy stuff now. But man, back in the day, back when I first started Tumblr, they made a blog called Gorchan, right? And it was about a Gormagala who was like super shy, super cute, and whatever, um, working like in an office environment. And I was like, that is so cute. And I like the Ask Blog idea. Nobody has Gormagala. Why not? And Gormagala is one of my favorite monsters just because I like the design. It's the flagship. It's cute. Okay. So I just made the blog. And I was like, okay, let's make it a cutesy. I usually tend to make female characters, so I just made a female, Gormagala, and I named her Maggie because I figure Magala, Maggie, that's names are close enough. She actually is like an Irish character, so she does have a full name. Her full name is Mairead. Um, so, but I figured Maggie was cuter because it's shorter. And I just opened up the blog and just went with it, and I just started posting things, reblogging other people's things. You know, one way, by the way, to get asks, if you're like starting off a blog and you're trying to get asks, one of the best things to do is to actually, this sounds kind of creepy, but follow a bunch of ask blogs. Just follow everybody that you can find and send them asks. And then they'll probably send you asks back, which, by the way, that's courtesy. If somebody sends you an ask, try to send one back to them. That way you kind of continue the chain and a lot more people get interactions. It's a lot more fun that way to do that. And the other thing to do is any of the ask prompts, like reblog it from each other. That's a really good way to do asks, right? So just do stuff like that. Obviously, the fastest way to do art, but if you're not an artist like me, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do art to do an ask blog, but you do have to do a lot more of that interaction stuff. Then you'll get interaction. A lot of people ask me, like, oh, how do you do it if you're not an artist? That's how you do it. Interact with people. That's the point of the ask blog. It's to interact with people. I know people are going to be shy, but trust me, if you are just suck it in and just ask, the worst thing they could say is no. Okay, that's how you do an ask blog, right? And that's how you get people to interact with you. Okay, that's my tip. So, and I remember, I want to say very soon. I want to say, I'm not sure. Probably getting the dates wrong. I want to say about a week, less than a month for sure, less than a month into making that ask blog. I got my first fan art, and it's from Zoid Hunter, right? And if you don't know him, his ask blog is actually also Thunderstrike. Ask the Thunderstrike Mrs. Zune, I believe. I probably got that wrong, but yeah. He gave me my first fan art, and it was just a picture. It was Maggie. That was it. It's just Gormagala, and I was so touched, right? Like that was to me, like wow. I didn't realize that other people were paying attention until he sent me that, and to this day, we are still really close friends, right? I would say he's one of my closest internet friends. We chat pretty much every day. I'm no joke, right? That's how I found him, right? Like just through this ask blog. And after that, I just found so many other people. Like I found so many people I now would call my friends, right? And like it just kept going. I just kept finding more people. I kept asking, like sending asks. They followed me back. I follow them. You know, just keep doing that over and over and over. Sometimes I would send DMs. They said like, hey, are you an ask blog? Like, can I send you an ask, whatever, right? Send me through the question box thing option that Tumblr has. Just do that, and just be polite about it. And a lot of people are kind of said like, "Oh, you're so nice." That's because like I generally am. I don't like being mean, so I just try to be polite to people. I just say hello, like here's an ask, and I usually kind of play up a cutesy persona just because Maggie is cute. But I found that kind of having her be like that, and it'll let me be myself, right? Which I'm just generally a person who's just curious, and I just want to like get to know people. That's about it. Just simple things. And then eventually I got to the point where, and this is again kind of part of my personality. I like to be organized, like maybe even a little impulsively. And I was like, well, there are so many blogs, and it's really hard to keep track of who's who. Like I got to the point where it was just like too much. I was following like about 300 people, and it was like a little too much for me at some point. So I went ahead and I decided, hey, you know what? There's so many blogs out there, and why don't I compile them into a list so that I remember who the heck whose OC goes to where, which monster goes to which person, even though it's like, oh, ask. I'm gonna use. I'm trying to think of somebody who has multiples. I have multiple, right? I have like more than a Gormagala now. I have like several characters. Even though Gormagala is my main, but some blogs started like kind of deviating from their main one. So it was like, oh, I'm asked as an ogre, and then they have like a Diablos or something. I don't think anybody has that, but you get it. It was getting a little confusing. So I was like, okay, you know what? I think they don't even have Monster Hunter in their name. Ooh, I think my microphone's broken the whole time. Sorry about that. I know it was pointing this way because I can't feel what these gloves are. Okay. So I was just like, okay, what if I compile them in a list? Would that help everybody to find each other? Because I figured more people finding each other means more interaction, which means more interaction for me. So I thought, okay, let's do a list. And oh my gosh, the amount of support I got from that list, the amount of retweets and the amount of followers I got afterwards was wow. And I think a couple other people have told me they got more people following them because of the list, which is cool. But I think for me, it was like I probably got the brunt of it just because I was the one that created the list. It was insane. And after that, it was just like, man, started trying. I realized how successful it was. So I started being experimental. I started actually finding more blogs, asking people, hey, are you a blog that does Monster Hunter stuff? Are you active? Are you not? Right. And whatever. And then I categorized them, whatever. And I started doing events, Monster Hunter events, where it was just be like prompts, things like that. So holiday events, things like that. Which, by the way, there's a separate account for that one. If anybody wants to use the stuff on it, go for it. And if you want to do your own events, go ahead and try out some of the stuff that I did. Feel free to see all of it. I just kind of took it from other people. Because I just wanted more interaction. That's really what I wanted. I just wanted to find people. And then let's see. And at some point, some of the Tumblr issues started coming up, Tumblr being Tumblr, whatever. And then occasionally drama would pop up, but it wasn't like serious, or I wasn't exactly in the middle of it. It was mostly certain other blogs that got drama. I rarely got drama, if any. I started doing more role play, and I was meeting a lot of people through role play. Really starting to get to know people through role play. And then at some point, so Amayensis, who does Ask Dragon King Tale, right? It used to be Ask Teostra, now Dragon King Tale, right? She changed the name to that. She created a Discord server, and I was like, okay, jump on in. Let's make a Discord. Let's do it. And by the way, I was like, normally I'm the last person to join things in my friend group, but Discord, I was the first one to join because of this. So I had to learn a lot about how Discord worked, all that stuff. And eventually I just started hanging out more on there just because a lot of the people that I knew on Tumblr was going to Discord, and it was just easier to use Discord. It's so much easier as a writer, somebody who primarily speaks through writing as opposed to art. Tumblr is for art. Okay, let's be real here. Tumblr is like for art. It's not very good for, say, a writer. Yes, Tumblr is better than Twitter for writing, but it's not the best, as opposed to Discord, which is primarily writing. Right? The only problem with Discord, it's hard finding groups. So to be able to find a group like this is pretty invaluable. I believe that it's still open. You can still access it. It's up to you if you want to. We're not like a loud group at all. We're just like hanging out, right? And I found so many cool people, through that Discord. And it eventually, I am a moderator on there too. So just a little thing in there. It made my name turn purple, which is cool. Purple matching everything. Yeah. No, I didn't become a moderator because of that. They actually invited me to be the moderator. So there you go. Anyways, so over time, right, partly because of me being more active on Discord, me doing role play on Discord, among other things, I started to kind of move away from Tumblr. I was still doing Tumblr stuff, but it wasn't as active as before, just because a lot of the people that I hung out with were kind of moving away from Tumblr. And I think it was because of the format changes and just well, I think people interests were starting to shift. This is when I want to say Monster Hunter Generations was coming out, Gen U especially, and then World. Yeah, especially World. I think it was around when World was coming out. That's when people were slowly transitioning out of Tumblr. So I felt like I needed to shift with them, kind of. And I was getting a little bit tired of using Tumblr anyways. So, if I sound out of breath, it's because, everything's slipping. Because doing this in first is very tiring. Well, let's see. And then I guess after that, it was just, yeah, where it is now, where the Tumblr is just kind of slowly dying off a little bit. And everyone's just kind of moving to Discord, to Twitter, to all these places. Okay. Well, yeah, that's basically what happened. Now, I did mention earlier that the S blog was the reason why this happened, like why I became a furry. And the reason why is, to be honest, the Monster Hunter community has been so welcoming. It's been one of the greatest communities I found. Like, you guys are so positive compared to other video game communities. I used to be in a couple others. I used to be in Fire Emblem, Legend of Zelda, the ones that I like, and and Elder Scrolls, but they just weren't the same. Like, people felt like distant. I didn't feel like I fit in really to those groups. But with the Monster Hunter group, you guys were like so inviting, right? And I felt like I found a place with you guys. And eventually it kind of built my confidence to try out other things. And I realized, so admittedly, a lot of Monster Hunter fans are furries. Okay, not a ton, but there are some of you guys out there. You guys are out there, right? And I met a couple people who are furries, and I realized, dang, you guys have a really cool community over there. And I was like, well, let's take a look. Let's see what it's like. And slowly but surely, and actually, I kind of decided to join the furry fandom during the pandemic, which I don't know why I did that, but that's just where I was. And actually, it was around the time where I was starting to question, let's see, I guess like sexuality. I didn't mean to make this like suddenly 18 plus or anything, but just in general, just the LGBTQ plus community, just because the furries were so furry fandom, the furry community is so open about it. And I started questioning myself and I started exploring things. And then eventually I made a persona and then things kept going forward. And then I realized, well, I might be ace. And then I kind of explored it a little bit more and I realized, yeah, I think I am. And I pretty much am now. And I embraced it as part of my identity. And the reason why I embraced it is not necessarily because I feel like I want to scream like I'm ace and wear like a shirt with the ace flag on it. No, it was more like it helped me understand a little bit more about who I am as a person. And being a furry also helped with that too. And because of that, I want to say Monster Hunter helped me become the person that I am and realize who I am, like right now. So I have a lot to thank for this blog, for helping me explore my identity, for getting out there, right? Trying new things like that. So that blog was just really a good outlet for me. So that's why it's kind of bittersweet to say goodbye to this blog. To be honest, it's still going to be there, but like in my heart, it's still, it still hurts a little to say goodbye. I want to post finally. So I wanted to create like a adult version. So I asked Amma to do it. I commissioned Amma to do it, colored and everything. And if you look at the two, you're gonna see some similarities. But yeah, to close out this vlog, I'm posting this video, and I'm finally posting the adult art for Maggie. So you all can finally see what she looks like. Because, and also, you know what the coolest thing about that piece too? And I'll repost
Hey everyone,
the old one
future
too.
Mystic
You see
Magic here.
Emma's
So,
progression as an artist
I tried to
from there
re-record this
too.
video
So
on
to say that
my GoPro
these
because
ask
the
blogs,
footage is
this
just better and the
community
audio is
has
just
helped
better. But
all of us change
unfortunately,
has
like
been an understatement because
it
we've
just didn't turn
all
out right. Like
evolved
this video, I just
along
recorded
with our
it way better.
characters,
So I'm just gonna use this
along with
video.
everything
But
that's
there is
going
like a
on,
scene that I
and
added in
we've evolved
the
too.
GoPro
So
footage that I forgot
that's why
to
I
do
feel
in this
like
one. So
this
I'm just gonna squeeze
Tumblr
it in
blog was just a
right
stepping
now.
stone, right, to so much
So
more
there you go, future me.
and so much growth and all of this. And I feel like what a poetic way to represent that other than these two pieces of art, right? So again, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to follow me, I'm still active in the other social medias. I'm probably more active on Tumblr. Tumblr. Ugh. I'm not making another Tumblr, unfortunately. Um, Twitter and Discord. So if you want to follow me on Discord or you want to chat with me on Discord, please message me through one of the social medias first because I don't give away my Discord information that easily. That's because I don't want spam. I've gotten spam before, so I kind of just don't want to deal with that. Like, ugh. Especially sex spam. Like, just don't. That's nasty. Yeah, so just message me on one of those if you say, like, hey, I want to join, and then I want to chat about this. Feel free to, but just message me on one of the other social medias before I add you on Discord. Right. Let's see. But in general, I do kind of try to check everything. So if you send me something on Tumblr, give me some time. I will respond to it. I'm faster on Twitter because I like the Twitter app more than Tumblr's app. I know that sounds weird, but I just don't like Tumblr's app very much. So yeah, if you still want to interact with me, just let me know, and I'll go ahead and add you like that. But yeah, I'm still active on other social medias. I'm trying to do more here. Might be posting more videos. I hope you don't mind this type of video. It's very rambly, but it's very cathartic for me. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be around. Right, so again, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end. This crazy rambly video, but I just hope that I feel like this is closure for me. Yeah, it feels like closure for me. And I hope it's closure for you. Weirdly, closure for this one Tumblr blog. Anyways, so thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.
Hey everyone, end card, Mystic Magic here. So yeah, I know the editing was kind of awkward. I just kind of spliced it in, whatever. But that's because the GoPro footage looks better and probably sounds better. But in the end, it was like I just felt like the original one was just better. Next time, I'm not gonna stick my face so close. I was just testing to make sure you could hear me. But there you go. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Woo, bye.